on the subway, it's the A or the C. Or coming down Broadway, the 1, 2, or 3. Jump off at the 72nd Street stop. From there, Central Park is just a real short hop through strawberry fields. Head on up to the lake where 1,000 New Yorkers are taking a break. Come on along, I'll see you on Sunday. Come by yourself, or bring your little honey. Lay down in the shade or hang out where it's sunny. You got it made, cause you don't need any money when the people on the hill are singing in Central Park. Roger Bartlett! Mr. Ron Sunshine. Come on along, I see you on Sunday. Come by yourself, or bring your little honey. Lay down in the shade or hang out where it's sunny. You got it made, cause you don't need any money when the people on the hill are singing in Central Park. Hey, Jeff Van Nostrand! Play anything from folk to rock and roll. I've been stomping my foot so long I'm digging a hole. But I'll tell you what I've decided to do. If you keep showing up, then I will too. Come on along, I'll see you on Sunday. Come by yourself, or bring your little honey. Sit down in the shade or hang out where it's sunny. You got it made, cause you don't need any money when the people on the hill are singing in Central Park. Dodger, take it again. All right. I used to go against the wind, but that's no way to fly. Flapping my wings, I get no place, no matter how hard I try. But when I just give in and go to where the blowing breeze has planned, you know I find a better place wherever I might land. Some people fly in circles, crying life is so unfair. Convinced that if they're over here, all the good stuff must be over there. Not me, I know there's a vein of gold right where I stand, and I find that if I look wherever I might land. I was always told, and now I finally found, that when I leap and it appears before I hit the ground, I don't spend one day looking back with regret, cause each bridge I burned led to a place that I just as soon forget. Yeah, well, some people look back at their glory days so much it makes them cry. Some look ahead with fear and dread to things they'll probably never try. Not me, bring it on, cause I can handle it's at hand. Whenever I get to wherever I might land. Look at where I landed in this room with you tonight. No matter what's going on out there, I know it's gonna be alright. 'Cause though it took some time to know, I finally understand that I'm gonna find love wherever I might land. Wherever I might land. Wherever I might land. Wherever I might land. It's dark and it's lonely, and you feel like you're the only one who's felt this desperation, like your own brand of the blues. It's hell when you're in there, I can tell you 'cause I've been there, and I've known the same frustration. But I've got some real good news. You feel like you fell in a well of hopelessness and fear. So why the hell would I jump in and join your way down here? 'Cause there's a way out of here, though you don't believe that's true. But years ago, a friend showed me just like I'm showing you. You can sit here in the darkness till you think that you're okay. But then it's time to move, 'cause I'm not making plans to stay. There's a way. Think no one understands you. You're so convinced life hands you one bad break after another and keeps you on the floor. But now you've got the choice to keep on listening to those voices, or maybe listen to a brother who's been down here before. We can sit and curse the darkness, but the darkness stays the same. Or get off your ass and we'll go out the same way that I came. 'Cause there's a way out of here, though you don't believe that's true. But years ago, a friend showed me just like I'm showing you. It's hard to see what's possible when you feel this way. But things look so much clearer standing in the light of day. There's a way. Here, but it's gonna be up to you to show someone else that exit door just like I'm showing you. You can sit and curse the darkness, but the darkness stays the same. Or get off your ass and we'll go out the same way that I came. 'Cause there's a way.
Hey guys, here we are again. So good to see you today. No kidding. I know a lot of you have sent me messages saying how much you look forward to hanging out and doing these things. Please know that it works both ways. I've had a week where I'm doing a job, a collaboration for Gretchen Cryer. I mentioned this on the last gig. She wrote a song that she's passionate about, it's amazing. These are the people that are in my life. Gretchen Cryer is, I don't even know how young. 84, 85 years old. But she's like, about this song, she's like a teenager trying to get their first song on the radio. I mean, it's just, and it's what it is. She's passionate about it because it's one of those songs that we write that people like she and I write hopefully to make a difference or to make a statement. And anyway, and I would say it if she was here. I don't think she is here, but it's an amazing process when you're collaborating with somebody. And in these situations, we're not in the same room, so I would make artistic choices. And I've got everybody in on it. I've got Roger in on it, Roger Bartlett, Jimmy Buffett's original guitar player. I've got George Warzbach, Dan Paccioni, Teresa Reynolds is singing on the thing. So it's a collaboration. It's a pretty big deal. And so I would make an artistic choice and then run it by her. And I swear some of the things that she asked me to change, she's now asking me to change back. So it's been a lot. And on top of that, I just want to say this. You've heard me use the word before, sentimental. I'm feeling sentimental again today, and I'll explain more about that word in a little bit, but it's a good word. It's a feeling, or it's feelings or being prompted by tenderness or sadness or nostalgia. And I think it's kind of all three today for me: tenderness and sadness and a little nostalgia. But you know what? So some of that has to do with some of the songs I'm going to do today, and then we'll see what happens in the chat room. We'll see what you guys want to do. The tenderness part of Sentimental is I wrote this song in 1996. Got some dreams I love to chase. I got my head where it belongs. I've got my heart in a real good place, singing other people's songs. You find me standing by the lake, where New Yorkers feed the birds, picking till my fingers ache, singing other people's words. But it seemed the time had come for letting go and getting real, for getting right down to it and let you know the way I feel. 'Cause we've been singing in the sun, smiling all the time until I had to write this one for the people on the hill. All right, so we're not on the hill, so now we're online during a global pandemic. fuck me. Some have been here from the start. And I can still remember when singing helped me heal my heart. You may have saved a life back then, 'cause almost 30 years ago, yeah, my whole world was just a mess, and I had nowhere else to go. I had to wind up here, I guess. So it's finally time I sat right down and wrote you all a song. Such a simple thing, I'm sorry that it took me so damn long, 'cause I love singing in the sun for you, and I pray I always will. I'm proud to sing this song for the people on the hill. And you know who you are when gentle souls share nothing but goodwill. The happy, singing, fun-loving people on the hill. And I'm so proud to sing this song for the people on the hill. Thanks again. All right, let's see who's here today. Let's see what countries. Hi, Jana. Hi, Denise. Hey, Elle. Willie's here. Zoe's here. Chris is here. And Chris is here from the virtual hill. That's cool. All right, so just right now we've got North Carolina, New York City, Maine, Switzerland, the UK, Cazenovia, New York. Hi, Pat. Howard is here from Virginia. All right, so Virginia, North Carolina, Maine. I'll tell you what. All right, instead of me doing this, let's I was saying, by the way, Pat, thank you so much. For any kindness you have shown me over the years. For any you guys don't know, Pat is my sister, one of my wonderful sisters. Well, like I said, I'm feeling a little sentimental today, and I'll tell you more about that word in a bit. But let me do this. Valerie's here from Chicago. So let's do this. Hi, Val. A lot of you people I've never met in person. But we will. We're gonna listen. When I get the green room on Broadway, I'm throwing a party, and you guys are all gonna be there. We're gonna throw a party here in New York, and Cheetah from the Netherlands, and Elle from Switzerland, and you're all gonna be here. So you all get to meet Willie and Allie. So listen, instead of me reading the chat room and saying where everybody is from. Oh, and by the way, Pat, I can't guarantee that there won't be more crying involved in today's show. Again, I'm feeling sentimental and marked by tenderness, sadness, or nostalgia. But I'm hanging out with you guys. And right now, like again, it freaks me out. For a guy that was raised on a Japanese transistor radio to be talking into this little piece of metal, and that Elle is in Switzerland right now, hanging out with us and singing along, is just amazing. And Jan is here, and Lori's here from Pennsylvania. And Brandon is here from Detroit. Hey, Brandon. We got to talk again about the YouTube copyright violations, but we'll do that during the week. Katie is here, and Carol is here. Feeling sentimental about Carol, too. Just about life. But so instead of me reading this chat room and seeing where everybody is, I'll do this song, and during this song, everybody put their location, okay? And if you're on Facebook, look at that top comment. Because if you're on Facebook, you can join us over here at YouTube. If you just click on that link, come over to YouTube, because it's a different chat room with all these sweet people in it. Katie wants to hear Wedding in Danville. Joey's here from Washington, D.C. Ain't no use to keep taking abuse when the news is so unkind. And you can hang out with me and some friends that you need who will help you through this troubled time. Just reach on out, show up online, let us know that you're ready to go. There ain't no dues and you can leave your blues behind. Let's have a little peace of mind. Peace, yeah, peace of mind. Yeah. There comes a time you just might find your heart is sinking like a stone. You don't have to pretend that you're not missing your friends and you're starting to feel alone. Just make no mistake, for your very own sake, here's a little thought for now. We can kick off our shoes and let our thoughts be kind. Let's have a little peace of mind. Yeah. Peace of mind. It'll make us feel better. Karen is here from Westchester. Everybody, if you haven't done it, put your location in the chat room. And if you have put your location, put your favorite breakfast food in the chat room. Some folks, you find a speaker, mind a good line, they'll charge you all the way. They'll take you along on a sweet, sweet song and steal your heart away. But blessed be the one who can understand why people have to act that way. 'Cause if I knew, I wouldn't want to say. Let's have a little peace, a little peace of mind. Peace, yeah, peace of mind. All we need is peace, a little peace of mind. All we want is some peace. Chris in Leicester, England is going with Lucky Charms. Magically delicious. Oh, you know what? Let me do this. I wrote a song recently. And every single gig, every time we're hanging out, I put it on a list. And I scratched, with a Sharpie, I write songs down that I think I might want to play, and then I just scotch tape them to the tripod. And for some reason, the song keeps getting jumped over, and then the gig goes by and I don't play it. And if I'm feeling a little sentimental, then this is the sentimental song, and so I'm going to play it right at the top. By the way, you guys, if you're ever anywhere near Casanova, New York, my sister Pat is the proprietor of a beautiful, pretty little, it's called the Pewter Spoon, little restaurant, in just a Norman Rockwell town, upstate. And if you're ever going through there, man, that's the place to eat. And Hector says, Bronx breakfast from my favorite diner. I got to tell you something. I was sharing this with Allie. God, I miss the diner. I just want to sit across the table from Allie and Rhea, Sean, Hector, Denise, just Dean, Duval, just sitting, like after Central Park, we all go to the diner sometimes, or even just during the week, it's time for a diner run, and we all go meet Karen, and we all just go meet, and oh God, I'm aching for that, But this is a song that I wrote, and I didn't know. Of course, how could I know how long I'd have to live till there was nothing left, nothing left. It doesn't take long on this planet before a child becomes aware of people hurting other people. I guess like all of you, I've had my share. My heart's been broken by a lover, and I felt offended by a friend. I've been weighed down by the far too many times that I've been on the other end. When kindness is the challenge, sometimes I don't pass the test. But like most people who I've met along the way, I guess I've always tried to do my best. Yet some choose to be cruel for their own reasons, reasons I may never see. I let them fade from my existence, 'cause I've reached a place I finally feel free. And here and now, there's nothing left, now that I've left it all behind. There's nothing left to hold me down, weighing on my heart and on my mind. But I didn't know, of course, how could I know how long I'd have to live till there was nothing left, nothing left to forgive. It might seem trite to say we're only human from the moment we arrive. But like most people who I've met along the way. Whoa. Living this life isn't easy for anyone I know who's still alive. Yet some might choose to specialize in cruelty, choose to wield it like a knife. I let them fade from my existence. I'm the one who gets to choose who's in my life. And here and now, there's nothing left. Now that I've left it all behind, there's nothing left to hold me down. It's weighing on my heart and on my mind. But I didn't know, of course, how could I know how long I'd have to live till there was nothing left. Nothing left. Now there's nothing left. Nothing left to forgive. Hi, Tony. Not making excuses. I completely botched a lyric in that song because I just looked down and saw that I had met Tony at a protest in Washington, D.C. Very cool, man. All right, so now that's where did you say you were in Wales, North Wales? Right, who else? Margaret Owens, is she here? She's from North Wales, right? Anyway, it's good to see you, Tony, man. If anybody, by the way, if there's any newcomers, just let us know who you are and what you're wearing. No, just let us know who you are, where you are, and if anybody that's at this free one, that's at this, open to the general public wants to hang out with us on Saturday, when we do our Zoom thing where everybody can see everybody else. Just shoot me an email at that guitarman at yahoo.com. And you guys, you patrons, for as long as this thing lasts, or as long as you guys feel like doing it, please feel free to invite, friends that might need a hang on Saturday. Okay? Oh, let me do this. I was watching some video earlier. Well, first I was up to my ears, literally, in mixing Gretchen's new song. That's a very arduous process, mixing a song. Anybody who's ever done it, it takes patience and a certain kind of patience. But so I was doing that most of the morning, but then I thought I want to try to get my head right to do this, to hang out with you guys. And so I started looking at some videos, and I watched James Taylor and his wife Kim and his two sons, Rufus and Henry, did a live stream from their home, and it was so refreshing to see an artist the stature of James Taylor saying, "We don't really know what we're doing. This is our first time doing this, and what we're doing here is light years ahead of what JT was pulling off." But it was refreshing, and it also made me think. of this song. Now, you guys know that part of everybody picks their own. I don't know if we pick it or if it picks us, but most human beings I know who are just trying to be decent human beings, no matter how falteringly, usually have something that speaks to their heart or is that cause or the thing that they want to do something about. There are so many. I mean, so many ways to try to make this world and this country better. And for James Taylor, it's the planet. For all of us, I guess it should be. That's where it starts, right? For me, it's religion. It's the abolishment of religion, of hastening the day that all institutionalized religion is a memory for the human race, because it's at the root of so many problems. And like my sister Pat is passionate about the undeniable injustice inflicted against the Palestinian people. With Allie, it's everybody, but it's mostly kids. Denise is writing children's books and illustrating children's books with beautiful messages for kids. So everybody's got something. For me, it's religion, but for James Taylor, it's the planet. And he wrote this song, and I always like doing this song because it mentions my venue in it. The sky was light and the land all dark. The sun rose up over Central Park, and I was walking home from work, Gaia. The petal sky and the rosy dawn, world turning on the burning sun. Sacred, wet, green one that we live on, Gaia. Gaia. Run, 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 said the automobile, and we ran. Run for your life, take to your heels. Foolish school of fish on wheels, Gaia. Turn away from your animal kind. Try to leave your body just to live in your mind. Leave the cold, cruel Mother Earth behind, Gaia. As if you were your own creation, as if you were the chosen nation, and the world around you just a rude and dangerous invasion. Gaia. Gaia. From us, Gaia. No one's gonna stop us now. to walk a while. So we left that town in a single file. Up and up and up, mile after mile after mile, yeah. I reached the tree line and I dropped my pack. Sat down on my haunches and I looked back down over the mountain. Helpless and speechless and breathless. Gaia, Gaia. Pray for the forest, pray to the trees. Pray for the fish in the deep blue sea. Pray for yourself, and for God's sake, save one for me. Poor wretched unbeliever. Someone's got to stop us now. Save us from us, Gaia. No one's gonna stop us now. I'll tell you what, for anybody that's new, Tony, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but see all the nice people in this chat room? Lori and Jacqueline and Jan and Denise and Zoe, they sometimes collaborate with me, and we create videos. And let me share one with you guys. And while I'm doing that, Chris in England, go ahead and put your information in there about your tie-dye company. I should probably, in fact, during this video, let me see. Chris sent me a couple of his shirts, and they're beautiful. I wish it was summer. I wish I was still playing in the park. But in the meantime, Chris, let people know about your designs and where they can get them. And in the meantime, everybody else just rock to this thing, because chances are you're in it. Do we all know what we're doing? And then I promise we're going to move on. Here we go again. A video all across the country, across the ocean, the UK, the Netherlands. Let's all do this together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
And the world
Okay. Send me those videos, and we'll see what happens, guys. Thank you so much for showing up for this. Let's just keep going. Now let's move on. You know what I just saw? I don't know if it's in Facebook or if it's here on YouTube. But is my bro Tom Rapetti from Florida in the hanging out with us today? Jackie, did you know? Jackie, you're another East Meadow High School person. Did you know Tom Rapetti? He's one of those guys that, you know, was not is not a disappointment, is a delight. You know, in the age of social media and in the age of Trumpism, so many disappointments when you see the kind of human beings that some of those young men and women grew into. Tom Rapetti's one of the good guys. And oh, by the way, I didn't watch, and I am not watching any of the impeachment trial. Am I alone? Is there anybody else who is not watching any of it? I will not watch 1 minute of it. And the reason I'm not watching any of it is because I know what happened. I know the truth. I know what justice looks like in my world. And I also know what duplicity, cowardice, and self-serving looks like. So I don't need to watch any of it. I know how ugly. I used to feel, and I wrote this the other day, and I know people say, oh, you shouldn't be shaming people. Oh, fuck that. You know what? I used to feel strangely sorry. Underneath the anger, I would feel strangely sorry for a Trump follower. Because like I always say, how weak do you have to be to look at that person and see strength? How stupid do you have to be to look at that person and see intelligence? How vacant is your life if you can look at Donald Trump and see character? So I felt strangely sorry for them. But now, and I mean this, anybody who still identifies, I don't identify as anything politically. I never have. I have never belonged to a political party, ever. I did the switch briefly so I could vote in a primary. So far, once in my life, but that's just so I could vote in a primary. But I have never belonged to a political party. But if somebody does identify these days as a Republican, my first feeling is disgust. And so I'm not watching any of it. But if there's anybody new here, I did a little video. Oh, can somebody tell me? Last time we were together, I was surprised because the number of people who had watched that little song that I made about Elizabeth from Knoxville, Tennessee, the girl that got maced, it was approaching 4,000 people. And then by the time we got on the live stream, it was 5,500 people. That was Saturday, right? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Today's Wednesday, right? Okay, so can somebody, oh, look at that. She's already telling me. 8,000, 8,500. Wow. Wow. All right, so let's do this. For anybody that's new here, in case you didn't see it, of course you have.
I got maced.
You got
They
maced.
made
By the police.
And what happened? You were trying to go inside the
yeah,
Capitol?
I made it like a foot inside, and they pushed me out, and they maced me.
What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Elizabeth. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee.
And why did you want to go in?
We're storming the Capitol. It's a revolution.
Thank you.
All right, so what I have to do is, I was planning on doing something else first. Oh, there it is. Okay. Actually, as much fun as it is seeing that 8,500 people have viewed that, have you guys been reading the comments? Mostly, they're very supportive. We had that one the other day that, what did he call me? He called me a pabulum-puking communist crazy person. And that my work was Nazi trash. You know, in all the years that I've been writing socially conscious songs, and that really only started during the Iraq War, but in all the years, I've only really received, I mean, such a small percentage of hate mail or negative mail, because most people who are drawn to the kind of stuff we do see the world as we do. In other words, they're decent people. I have received one death threat, one actual death threat. And the spooky thing about that was, it was years ago, it was during the Iraq War. And it was, the spooky thing about that was, I was at the diner after the gig in the park, and I'm going through the bag with all the dirty single dollar bills in it. And sometimes people leave a little note, you know, thank you, or a little, somebody will draw a sketch, you know, and they leave it in the guitar case. And there was a death threat. And the spooky thing about that was the person was there in the crowd. But, you know, most of that is just, what am I going to do, not come to the park the next week, you know? Most of those people are confirmed cowards anyway. But let's do this song for Elizabeth from Knoxville, Tennessee. Come gather round and listen to my story. Every word is true, it's not just oratory. You see, on January 6, angry MAGA lunatics just raised the bar of idiotic glory. At a rally not uncommon or unique, when they went to hear their orange hero speak, he told more silly lies and incited them to rise, his little army of the ignorant and weak. But among the classless masses there that day, who stormed the Capitol because they didn't get their way, was this little MAGA member who I always will remember, because like an idiot, these are the words she had to say. They pushed me out and maced me. I thought they would embrace me. I'm the party chair of my sorority. But social media is making fun of me, because I told that guy from MSNBC I'm Elizabeth from Knoxville, Tennessee. I didn't know that it was treason to be there, so getting mace sprayed in my face was so unfair. It almost made me barf and ruined my new piano scarf, not to mention what that mace does to your hair. This little white girl, privileged and proud, should have disappeared into that MAGA crowd, 'cause it won't be long before someone's knocking on her door, Like an idiot, she said these words out loud. They pushed me out and maced me, built a case that will disgrace me, but I'm white, so I'm expecting leniency. Some say that the legal charge might be for obvious and gross stupidity. 'Cause I told that man from MSNBC, I'm Elizabeth from Knoxville, Tennessee. Oh, they pushed me out and maced me. Now America, embrace me. When I cry, it's almost cute, as you can see. So the rule of law does not apply to me. Now the FBI wants my identity. So I'll even give them my locality. It's like I told that guy from MSNBC, I'm Elizabeth. Is this camera on? Are you getting all this? I'm Elizabeth from Knoxville, Tennessee. Oh, oops. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Good point, Joey. I missed the point. Oh, wait. The song is too good to have a short shelf life. I don't know about that. But, okay. 8,000 people. Oh, you know what? Jan mentioned, Jan was mentioning a guy who came out to Central Park named John Stone. And actually, Jan, you had that story wrong. I can't remember the story that you told, but no, John was, he was a guy who used to come to the Hill, and I noticed him because he looked like Moses, you know, like he had this big white beard and this great lion's mane of white hair, and he was a very robust man, and had just a smiling, friendly face. But then the next year that he started coming to the Hill, he was in a motorized wheelchair. And he always had this, well, not always, but toward the end of in the beginning of the year and toward the end of the year when it was chilly, he sometimes would wear a jacket, like a leather jacket, and it had Kermit the Frog on the back, embroidered. It was beautiful. And I knew John had something to do with television, but I didn't know who he was. And he loved the songs that I wrote. And so we would talk, just, you know, in between songs once in a while. And I would say, let's have lunch. And he'd say, yes, David, let's have lunch. And we'll do the international call sign, right? And then he'd roll away on his motorized wheelchair. And turned out that year I found out that he had Lou Gehrig's disease. He had ALS. And, you know, I'm a human being, but after a month of, all right, yeah, let's have lunch, I was like, wait, the man's got fucking Lou Gehrig's disease. How many times am I going to say, I'll call you soon? So I finally picked up the phone and I called him, and he said he was having a rough day, so could I just come over to his apartment and bring some sandwiches? And I said, sure. So, you know, I picked up a couple of corned beef on rye and went to the address he gave me, and it was this penthouse on the Upper West Side over in the 70s. The entire top of this building was his apartment. And you would never get it from this guy. He's like the most down-to-earth guy. And when I walked in, the elevator door opens up right into his apartment. So I walk into his apartment, and he says, David, I'm in here. And I start to follow the voice, and in this giant living room, there's this coffee table, oak coffee table with a thick glass top. You could have landed a helicopter on it, but underneath the coffee table, you can see through the glass, underneath the coffee table, it's like 23 Emmy Awards. And I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? So when we got to know it, I said, John, what do you do for a living? He said, well, Sesame Street was my creation. It was my idea. And he was the guy that brought in Jim Henson and Frank Oz. And it's a long story, but so John, and I'm saying this too because Denise is in the chat room and she is illustrating. John wrote this. How many of you guys had this? There's a monster at the end of this book. He wrote this, and but he also directed. He was the director. Besides it being his idea, he wound up writing and directing most almost all of the specials, the TV specials, and a few of the films. And you can see him there with his daughter Polly talking to Jim Henson and directing R2-D2. And that was in the last year that he was coming out to the Hill. He was in this wheelchair. I mean, but again, look at the smiling face. This is a man, living the last years of his life, just so full of life. In fact, when John finally died, I got the phone call. I was at my sister Susan's house, having dinner, an afternoon dinner. It might have been Easter. Sounds about right. It was the spring. And we all thought that John was not going to be around for the next summer. And so that spring, I got the phone call that he had died. And about a week later, I got a call from his daughter, Polly. And she said he knew that PBS and Sesame Street Productions, they were going to do some kind of a memorial. And he only wanted one thing for sure. And it was that he wanted me to sing a song that he had given me the year before because he thought I might need the song. And so I wound up playing this song that John suggested for me, on stage with Big Bird and Elmo, and I've got more John Stone stories. In fact, John and Jim Henson's Central Park benches are they're right side by side, and I don't know where that is. I really should look. There's got to be a map, right? There's probably a map online that would say where that bench is, but this picture is perhaps my favorite. There was a woman named Robbie Pope who is a friend of mine and just a brilliant photographer. If the main gift of a photographer is to capture a frozen moment of life, Robbie has just got the knack. What John used to do, because he weighed 225 pounds. The wheelchair probably weighed 300 pounds, but he would push the button slightly and give these kids the illusion that they were pulling and pushing him. He used to tie little ribbons to the handlebars, and they would pull it like horses. They would think they were pulling him. And for the man who invented Sesame Street in the last year of his life, if that isn't the most beautiful moment that Robbie captured of the children leading that man into the sunset, I don't know what is. And here's the song that John gave me. Told you I'm feeling a little sentimental today. It's in every one of us to be wise. Find your heart, open up both your eyes. We can all know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us by and by. It's in every one of us. I just remembered, it's like I've been sleeping for years. I'm not awake as I could be, but my seeing is better. I can see through these tears. I finally realized I've been given this ticket, but watching only half of the show. Scenery and lights, and a cast of millions who all know what I know, and it's good that it's so. It's in every one of us to be wise. Find your heart, open up both your eyes. We can all know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us by and by. By and by. So John Stone was one of those New York City celebrities that, you know, people would not, if you didn't know who he was, you wouldn't know who he was. You wouldn't know that you were sitting right next to the man that might have been responsible for teaching you the alphabet, you know? It's like, I don't know who the person is there sitting with Ali, but that's Ali Tabak. And, you know, a lot of people wouldn't recognize Ali, but she's one of the celebrities that comes out there. Actually, Ali is the kind of person that more people know her name than most because she's a teacher. It is remarkable, right? That I'm over 60 years old, and I can tell you the names, I think, of every teacher I ever had. Until I reached the age where I didn't care. Meaning high school. Hi, Rhea. Oh, Samara, now you show up. Last gig, I had a nice photo of you and me in Central Park. And if you showed up, I was going to show that photo, but I don't think it's loaded today. No, it's not. Next time. Samara is in Hawaii. So right now, we've gone from, right now, I'm talking into this thing, and Switzerland and Hawaii are both here. The Netherlands and Maine, Chicago and Florida and California. This is just so fucking cool. And now the Village is here. Hi, Rhea. All right, let me do this. Because sentimental doesn't have to be sad. Sentimental can also just be, I think sometimes like, let's see, where is it? Like this guy. Like this 17-year-old kid. How would I explain a global pandemic to this guy? How would I explain that Donald Trump became president to this guy? How would I explain 9/11 to him? Sentimental's a strange thing, but oh, let's do this. Let me do this. Let's pick it up a little bit, huh? Made up their minds and they started packing. They left before the sun came up that day. An exit to eternal summer slacking. Where were they going without ever knowing the way? Drank up the wine, they started talking. Dance with me. They now had more important things to say. When the car broke down, they started walking. But where were they going without ever knowing the way? Anyone could see the road they were walking was paved in gold. It's always summer, they'll never get cold. They never get hungry, they never grow old and gray. You could see the shadows wandering off somewhere. They won't make it home, but they really don't care. They wanted the highway, they're happier there today. Children woke up and they couldn't find them. Left before the sun came up that day. They just drove off and left it all behind them. But where were they going without ever knowing the way? Sing it! Anyone could see the road they were walking was paved in gold. It's always summer, they'll never get cold. They never get hungry, they never grow old and gray. You could see the shadows wandering off somewhere. They won't make it home, but they really don't care. They wanted the highway, they're happier there today, today. Summer, they'll never get cold, they never get hungry, they never grow old and gray. You could see the shadows wandering off somewhere. They won't make it home, but they really don't care. They wanted the highway, they're happier there today, today. Hi, Carrie. Dave Hayase. Actually, I saw that it looked like you were going to be in the chat room today, so I just did that on the guess that you were going to be here. You want another feel-good song? Another feel-good song for 17-year-old. You know what's interesting to me? I prefer, I think I've always preferred, well, maybe not in high school. Nobody ever called anybody by their first name in high school anyway. Everybody had nicknames. But it's wild that my name is Dave in that. I haven't been called Dave in anything since that photo, probably. I prefer David. I like the name David. Dave is okay. I mean, you know, but I like the name David. And I noticed that today, that my name in there is Dave Ippolito. Huh. Here's just, again, I'm feeling sentimental, but let's do something from my youth. Oh, and I'll tell you what. I had this photo, this beautiful photo of, I was joking before, but for anybody that doesn't know, the guy that's with Allie in that photo that's Sid Bernstein. That's the man that brought the Beatles to America, and the Rolling Stones, and ABBA, and discovered the Rascals, and managed the Rascals. I mean, the guy was just and the sweetest, nicest, genuinely, sincerely, kindest person I think maybe I've ever met, besides a few of you that are here. But Sid was one of those people. But the year that he died, he was out at the Hill, and in fact, maybe this Saturday I'll show you some video. He was out at the Hill with us every weekend that he could possibly physically be there. And when he died, he was 95 years old. He was with us at the Hill 2 weeks before he died. He went into the hospital and never came out again after that, but he was not only there, he had his son and daughter-in-law and some good friends around help him out of his wheelchair so that he could dance with you guys. And so the next year at Merkin Concert Hall, it was emotional because he had been to every one of those since I met him. And his daughter, Casey, and his son, Bo, came to that show. And they were sitting in, I think, the third row, fourth row, but just house left, stage right. And I was talking about, we'd opened the concert by talking about the meaning in songs. And sometimes in the generation that I was, my formative years musically, very often meaning was not as important as the poetry. And that the poetry could induce a feeling of joy or sexiness or fear or anger or love. But it was just the stringing the words together sometimes. And you went, what the fuck? And so I was making a point that during that concert, throughout the concert, is that sometimes it doesn't matter if the message of the song is clear, because poetry can wash away unhappiness and fear. And I was looking directly at Casey and Bo. It was their first concert since their dad had died, and it was the first concert that Sid wasn't at. And this is the antidote for that kind of sadness. And in fact, if you were at this concert, in the chat room, let us know that you were at this concert, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Sometimes it just doesn't matter if the message in a song is clear. Because like I said, poetry can wash away unhappiness and fear. This is the kind of lyric that I think, we're talking about meaning at the top of the show, right? Think about the meaning of this.
Here come old flat top, he come grooving up slowly. He got juju eyeball, he won holy roller. So bye bye Miss American Pie, drove my Chevy to the levee when the levee was dry. We all know it, right? We tripped the light fandango. Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to us? Sometimes it just doesn't matter if the message in a song is clear. Because like I said, poetry can wash away unhappiness and fear. And tonight we've seen the power of music change more than just the way we feel. Now that sounds like bullshit. But if we sing this one together, we make it real. Oh, I could fly neath the wings of the bluebird as she sings. The 6 o'clock alarm would never ring, but it rings and I rise, wipe the sleep out of my eyes. The shaving razor's cool and it stings. Get up out of your seat, here we go. Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to us? Daydream believer and a homecoming queen. You once thought of me as a white knight on a steed. Now we know how happy we can be. Oh, and our good times started then with the $1. Sing it, Susan! But how much, baby, do we really need? Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to us? Daydream believer and a homecoming queen. Sing it loud! Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to us? Daydream believer and a homecoming queen. Cheer up, sleepy Jean.
got time for a couple more, right? You guys sing it. Hey, and guess what? What am I wearing? These are the designs from our friend Chris in England. Is Chris still here? So very cool. So, all right, anyway, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play another really, really fun video while I change back into my clothes. Let's do another one.
But Monday morning couldn't guarantee that Monday that you would still be here with me. Monday, can't trust that day. Monday, sometimes it just turns out that way. Oh, Monday morning, you gave me no warning of what was to be. Oh, Monday, how could you leave and not take me? Every other day of the week is fine, yeah. But whenever Monday comes, you can find me crying all of the time. Monday, so good to me. Monday morning, it was all I hoped it would be. But Monday morning couldn't guarantee that Monday evening you will still be here with me. Every other day of the week is fine, yeah. But whenever Monday comes, you can find me crying all of the time. Wait for it. Monday, can't trust that day. Monday, it just turns out that way. Oh, Monday, don't go away. Monday, it's here to stay.
George is like, wait for it. So you're kind of cool, right? Anyway, so these are the shirts that I received from Chris. I'm sure he gave you all the information. It's a James Taylor song, an obscure James Taylor song that I used to do when I was playing in bars. I would do this kind of shit, and I wonder what people used to think. If they ever recognized it was a James Taylor song, or if they thought I wrote it or something, because nobody knows this stuff, unless you're a real James Taylor fan, but I always loved this song. Come on, baby, while the moon is high, kick up your heels and dance. Don't be nervous and don't be shy, just give yourself a chance. You can dance. Kick off your shoes, lose your blues. Pick 'em up, Lord, put 'em back down, and around, and around, and around, and around. Come on, baby, it must be fun to be dancing in the pale moonlight. Otherwise, would everyone be out on such a cold and windy night? We can dance. Throw yourself away. We'll get to the month of May. We can dance. Listen while I'm banging on this old guitar. Sounds kinda good, don't it? Nobody here today came to look at you. But I bet you $5 that somebody here online will be dancing with you. Hey now, everybody here today came to smile and have a good time. So come on, baby, while the moon is high, pick up your heels and dance. Don't be nervous and don't be shy, just give yourself a chance. You can dance. Kick off your shoes, lose your blues. Pick 'em up, Lord, put 'em back down, and around, and around, and around, and around. If we could just lighten up, yeah. If we could throw our fears away. You know what? Allie asked me for a song. And she also became a fan of Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. Later in life than most. And I think that is just the fucking coolest thing. Bob Seger wrote a song about being on the road. And that's something as a musician, you know, truthfully, I never had to do. People used to say to me, David, when are you going to go on tour? And I'd be at the Hill, and I'd say, hey, how many people are not from New York City? Raise your hand. And everybody would raise their hand. I said, where are you from? And they'd be like, North Carolina. Where are you from? Canada. Where are you from? Switzerland. Where are you from? Germany. Where are you from? Chicago. And I would just turn to the person and say, I just did my tour. Being that guitar man from Central Park, the whole world came to me. Just another reason. I'm not, like the luckiest guy alive. But Allie asked for a song often that is about being on the road. And James Taylor has a song about being on the road that I don't know if a lot of you guys ever heard it. It's just about being on the road. Don't have much to say. Thought I'd call you up anyway, just to try and show you the way that I feel today. Oh, I miss you, babe. I sure am on the road. I don't need to say much more. Just the same old well-known stranger that I was before. Feels like yesterday now. Daddy's all gone. Only halfway home. He's holding on to the telephone, saying, please don't make the show go on. There's a bus every other hour. There's even a midnight train. Yeah, but that don't leave me the power to see your face again. It's not that simple. You see, there's a room full of smiling faces. Yes, and men standing by the door. They say it's time to take our places and get down on the floor and kill 'em, babe. Yeah. But Daddy's all gone. He's only halfway home. Holding on to the microphone, saying, please don't make the show go on. Isn't that a pretty song? Let's do a road song for Mama Allie. I should ask though, do you guys enjoy seeing those concert clips? Because what happens also is that on Wednesdays, I can't play, like on Saturday, I can get away with all kinds of shit. Like I think what did we streamed last Saturday? We streamed Barton Hollow by the Civil Wars. I created a music video of an Alison Krauss song, but I used her original song to create the video. And so on Saturday, we can get away with that stuff. On Wednesday, we can't because they will shut us down. If anybody wants to join us on Saturdays, you can just go to Patreon and become a patron. Do I have it there? Oh, I don't have it there. Well, if you go to thatguitarman.com, there's a banner that says if you want to become a patron. And you can do it for $5 a month, which, oh, by the way, I might as well do the commercial. I know it's really, really hard for a lot of people right now. I completely understand. But this is how I'm keeping the lights on. So if you can, go to either Venmo or PayPal, or whatever you feel like, or don't at all. If you can afford it, throw some bucks at this gig. And if you can't, it's absolutely fine. But Saturday, I'm working on a guest artist, and I can't put the two things together. I don't think one has to do with the other. I think it's coincidence. But since I started bringing guests on, like Cassie Kubinski or Mark Aaron James, the donations, the independent donations, just went boop and dropped off the end of the cliff. So if you can, help us out. And if not, don't worry about it. Let's do this song. Hi, Nancy. Nancy in New Jersey. Just got back from the doctor. Are you okay? Well, we'll talk after the gig, all right, Nancy? On a long, lonesome highway east of Omaha, you can listen to the engine moaning out his one-note song. You can think about that woman or the girl you knew the night before. But your thoughts will soon be wandering the way they always do. When you're riding 16 hours, there ain't nothing much to do. And you don't feel much like riding, you just wish this trip was through. Here I am on the road again, and here I am up on the stage, and there I go, playing the star again. Here I go, turn the page. Well, you walk into the restaurant, strung out from the road. You can feel the eyes upon you as you're shaking off the cold. You pretend it doesn't bother you, but you just want to explode. Most times you can't hear them talk, other times you can. It's the same old cliche, is that a woman or a man? And you always seem outnumbered, so you don't dare take a stand. Here I am on the road again. Here I am up on the stage, and there I go, playing the star again. Here I go, turn the page. Out there in the spotlight, you're a million miles away. Every ounce of energy you try to give away as the sweat pours out your body like the music that you play. Later in the evening, while you lie awake in bed, with the echoes of the audience still ringing in your head, you think about that woman, you remember what she said. Well, I've been out walking, and I don't do that much talking these days. These days. These days I seem to think a lot about the things that I forgot to do for you. And all the times I had the chance to. And I had a lover, but it's so hard to risk another these days. These days. If I seem to be afraid to live this life that I have made in song, it's just that I've been losing for so long. Well, I'll keep on moving, moving on. Things are bound to be improving these days, one of these days. These days I sit on cornerstones and count the time in quarter tones to 10. My friends, don't confront me with my failures. I have not forgotten them. Well, I was saying that James Taylor has his heart in protecting and embracing the planet Earth, and my sister Pat has her heart in so many causes. I would say that for her, the main one is the injustice inflicted against the Palestinian people. For my other sisters, there's, racial equality, gender equality, fairness, just so many things. But for me, it's religion. And I wrote this song to sound like a John Prine song. But I'm proud of this song. And I'm proud of the fact that I wrote it. I didn't think about it. I didn't consider it. I just wrote the fucking thing. And that was because my generation was given permission by the courage of the John Lennons and the Ian Andersons from Jethro Tull. And so I wrote this song. Heard about a man who could split the moon and even get a wolf to talk. Then I heard about a man jumping out of a boat 'cause he thought he'd like to take a walk. Then I heard about a man said he had in his hand the deed to the promised land. He said, take out your sword in the name of the Lord and kill your brother for a pile of sand. Say there's a big king watching it all, but all in all he sounds pretty unfair. Turning rivers to blood, then creating a flood. I ain't saying, cause I wasn't there. It just seems absurd to be taking the word of another that I don't know well. And it just could be that a king that mean couldn't be big enough to help. Now we've got late night preachers on TV, a rabbi on the radio, born again celebrities while the mullah makes a video. And each one swears they heard the word, assured they heard it right. They say heed the call and build another wall, give us all another reason to fight. Now a newborn baby gets a nice clean slate, but we don't waste any time. We start teaching them the rules in the churches and the schools, at the temple and the mosque and the shrine. We're telling scary tales and fairy tales and kiss common sense farewell. But don't tell them all that a God that small couldn't be big enough to help. Now we've got late night preachers on TV, a rabbi on the radio, born again celebrities while the mullah makes a video. And each one swears they heard the word, assured they heard it right. They say heed the call, build another wall, give us all another reason to fight. Oh! We've got late night preachers on TV, a rabbi on the radio, born again celebrities while the mullah makes a video. And each one swears they heard the word, assured they heard it right. They say heed the call, build another damn wall, give us all another reason to fight. Don't mind saying you'll find me praying, but to what, I'll never know. Keep reaching for something, and not for nothing, I'm content to let it go. Cause I've seen a little heaven in my time, and at times I've been through hell. And a God this man could understand never was big enough to help. No, any God small enough to understand couldn't be big enough to help. Amen. By the way, we're just about ready to wrap this up, but and there are going to be changes to detention on Saturdays, but in the meantime, detention on Wednesdays is pretty much the same. I'll just leave the stream running live so that the chat room stays active. So the bad kids that have to stay after school are chatting. I'm gonna go make dinner and then I'll come back and see what you guys are chatting about. Oh, Liza, don't worry about it. I don't follow the chat either. I can't. I'm kind of busy. And it's actually... Oh, you know what I should do? Yeah, what the heck. Allie also asked for a song that... Yeah, I can do now because it's near the end of the gig, right? And then we'll play one last video that you guys all were a part of. Yeah, that you guys were a part of. But I'm going to do this song because this is one of those songs that when somebody asks for... Oh, shit! Katie, is Katie still here? Katie asked for a song that I wrote. I'm sorry. Katie, let's do this first. Oh, I hope she's here. Katie, give me a big shout if you're here. It's a song that I wrote, and I forget sometimes how many people love these songs. There she is. Okay, good. I'm on the road to play my songs again. Me and my guitar. Music's how I make my living, and I've done all right so far. There's a wedding down in Danville, to the south of here somewhere, and I wonder, will she happen to be there? 10 years have flown so quickly, it seems like another life since I felt my heart stop beating when she became his wife. Last I heard they lived in Danville, though the chance is slim, I swear. I wonder, will she happen to be there? And as the highway winds, I drift back in time, wondering why we even met. Why her memories catching up with me. Why my heart cannot forget. Why her smile is with me yet. There too, I wonder what I'd do. Take her hand or kiss her cheek. Would we just pretend to be old friends? Who would be the first to speak? And would her eyes still make me weak? At home is a woman with love I know is real, so I can explain this slightly frightened way I feel. And as I'm driving into Danville, I might breathe a silent prayer. There's a wedding down in Danville. Lord, I hope she isn't there. Okay. So let's do this. Let me do this song for Mama Allie. She requested it. When I'm in the park and somebody requests this, it's got to be toward the end of the day so I can just blow out my fucking voice. And then we'll do the one video, and then we'll wrap this up the way we always do. But guys, thank you so, so, so much for today. It's been a really tough few days. And it's not only because of Gretchen's song. It's... Well, I can tell you guys, I'm struggling, like we all are. But this just helps me every single time we do it. So thank you so much. this on Saturday, we can all unmute and drive Gretchen crazy. Once upon a time, you're just so fine, through the bumps of dime in your prime. Didn't you? People call and say beware, doll, you're bound to fall. You thought that they were all kidding you. Chat it with me. You used to laugh about everybody that was hanging out. Now you don't seem so proud. Now you don't talk so loud. Without having to be scrounging your next meal. How does it feel? How does it feel to be on your own? Shout it with me. With no direction home. Like a complete unknown. Like a rolling stone. You went to the finest school. All right, Miss Lonely, but you know you only used to get juiced in it. Nobody ever taught you how to live out on the street, and now you're gonna have to get used to it. You say you never compromise with the mystery tramp, but now you realize he's not selling any alibis as you stare into the vacuum of his eyes. Say, do you want to make a deal? How does it feel? How does it feel to be on your own with no direction home? Like a complete unknown. Like a rolling stone. You never turned around to see the frowns on the jugglers and the clowns when they all did tricks for you. Never understood it ain't no good. You shouldn't let other people get your kicks for you. Used to ride on a chrome horse with your diplomat, who carries on his shoulder a Siamese cat. Ain't it hard when you discover that he really wasn't where it's at? After he took from you everything he could steal. How does it feel? How does it feel to be on your own? Let me see some all capital letters. No direction home. Like a complete unknown. Like a rolling stone. Princess on the steeple and all the pretty people, they all drink and thinking that they've got it made. Exchanging all precious gifts, but you better take your diamond ring. You better pawn it, babe. You used to be so amused at Napoleon and rags and the language that he used. Go to him, he calls you now. You can't refuse. When you ain't got nothing, you got nothing to lose. You're invisible now. You've got no secrets to conceal. How does it feel? How does it feel? You believe that was from Mama Allie?
One, two, three, go ahead. Believe it or not, I'm not doing this because I like it. Believe it or not, it's not 'cause somebody told me to. Believe it or not, it's not that I decided not to fight it. Believe it or not, I'm doing this for you. Believe it or not, I'm not making some kind of statement. Believe it or not, I'm not a pillar of society. Believe it or not, it's not for my own entertainment. But whatever you believe isn't up to me. Yeah, you can take it or leave it. I just thought it might be worth a shot. But I don't really care if you believe it or not. Believe it or not, I don't do things 'cause all my friends do. Believe it or not, I'm not a fan of conformity. Believe it or not, I'm not intending to offend you. But whatever burns your ass isn't up to me. Tell 'em, Chris. Believe it or not, it's not the way I would have planned it. Believe it or not, I'm a man who rarely does what he's told to do. Believe it or not, I don't believe you'll even understand it. But believe it or not, I'm doing this for you. Yeah, believe it or not, I'm doing this for you. You know, we're all doing this for you.
Oh, so listen, I do have to. Gretchen is going to be with us probably on Saturday, right? So I have to have her song finished, but I think I have to try to finish it tonight. So detention might be a little shorter than usual. If not, maybe I'll just bag it and do it in the morning. But she really wants it to be released during the impeachment trial. You know, I wasn't paying attention to the to the chat room. If you're like me, I'm just be interested to know. You can just write me if you are consciously avoiding watching any of this impeachment trial. I am actively not watching any of it. Is anybody else, or are you guys actually being good citizens and paying attention? Well, I'm not alone. Okay. Oh my goodness, look at all those exclamation points. You are actively watching, Allison. Good for you. Nancy is actively watching. See, well, anyway, that's the reason that I'm not watching. Is because, yes, it is bone-chilling, Allison, but I've seen it. I know what happened, and I'm disgusted by it. And the more I watch, the more disgusted I get. I'm not sure that serves my life right now. I know that Donald Trump deserves to be incarcerated for the rest of his fucking life. I would say worse, except I do not believe in the death penalty, but... And it's not going to happen, so I'm not watching because I am disgusted enough. But... No, see, new footage. I know what happened. But you let me know. You let me know. Let me do this song. Yeah, you know what? Let's do this. I'm gonna get off the impeachment trial. Yeah. What do you know when things ain't going right? Got a new place I love to go, anytime, day or night. Ooh, darling, you know what I hear? There's room enough for two, and all of my troubles disappear whenever I'm there with you. Ooh, darling, what do you say? Our own sweet place to hide. Make crazy love in our crazy way. The crazy world outside. Sweet chocolates, strawberries, flights of fantasy. Goodness knows that anything goes whenever you're there with me. Don't know if there's a God above, but if there was, I'd thank it, 'cause I found a whole new kind of love under that Mexican blanket. Woo! Block a time or two, now's a good time to admit it. We like our loving the way we do. Been there, done that, did it. Who, pretty girl? I'm pretty sure it don't matter anyhow. So just lose the laundry at the door, and I'll meet you there right now. Don't know if there's a God above, but if there was, I'd thank it, 'cause I found a whole new kind of love under that Mexican blanket.
Let's go.
Don't know if there's a God above, but if there was, I'd thank it, 'cause I found a whole new kind of love under that Mexican blanket. A whole new different kind of love under that Mexican blanket. Woo! Let's go.
Oh, listen, Samara, if you can show up on Saturday, we would love to see a little bit of Hawaii. And if you're not a patron and you don't have the link, just email me and I'll get you the link. That goes for anybody that can't afford to be a patron. I understand. You know, it's like people have $14 for Netflix or $12 to subscribe to YouTube. Amazon Prime might be $11 a month. I don't know, but these things add up. And so, you know, Patreon is $5 a month is the minimum. But if you're not a patron, just email me, and I'll get you the info. All right, and you guys who are patrons, feel free to bring a friend. All right, but please, 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 don't post the actual link on social media, Twitter, Facebook, any of those things, because that's where the assholes show up. That's where the Zoom bombers and the Trumpers show up. Anyway, all right, so 6:15, and I'm getting hungry, and we did like a Rolling Stone for Mama Allie. Let me do this song for you guys. For you guys. I've met people everywhere, some from here and some from there. By now I'd bet it's more than quite a few. Nearly every woman and every man I've met just does the best they can to understand the things we all go through. But there are those who just don't care, who try to grab more than their share of everything, and they're all out there too. So I don't take for granted I'm a man who gets to spend his time with people in this world like you. And I can't wait to see you guys, your faces on Saturday. Often it can seem today, so many feel like it's okay to celebrate the darkness in our hearts. And then they wonder why we see such hatred and disharmony. To me, that's just exactly where it starts. And for others, fear can hide the way, sadly unaware that they allow it to dictate the things they do. But I've no reason to despair, as long as I still know that there are people in this world like you. Was this a good hang for you guys today? I guess things are just the way they are. In many ways we've come so far, and still I'm sure we've all got more to do. But I can open up my heart and say I'm grateful every single day for people in this world like you. Loving people in this world, all over the world, right? Like you. Not a bad thing to do during a pandemic, right? I even got this little phone thing with my little backing tracks. Is there anybody out there, before we get out of here, who is having a rough day and needs a fortune? I had Chinese food the other night, and I have 2 fortunes. A pandemic life raft. I get you, Allison. Anybody need a fortune? Anybody want one? Okay, Liza, you get the first one. Okay. Liza, this is for you. Good fortune often takes preparation, but it's coming your way. How's that? So, aren't you glad you came today to get your fortune? And that last one stunk. Okay. Okay, so good fortune often takes preparation, but it's coming your way. That's for Liza. And let's see. Joey needs one, and Allison needs one. Do I have? Oh, I have another one. Okay, so this one is for Joey. All right. Let's see what Joey's says. Okay. Well, Joe, if this is you, then that's very cool. But it also might mean that I'm a genius. Because it says here, genius is the ability to reduce the complicated to the simple. Under that Mexican blanket, woo, let's go. Doesn't get simpler than that. So I guess I'm a genius. Joe, if you can reduce the complicated to the simple, then you are a genius too. And Jan says, oh, look at that. Jan doesn't want one for himself. He wants to give one to Katie. Okay, so, and then Allison needs one. So let's see. Hang on. I guess I ordered Chinese quite a bit, huh? Okay, so this is for Allison. And look at this. Look at these people. Jan says, I say, who would like a fortune? And Jan says, would you give one to Katie? And Allison, who already asked for one, says, listen, if you only have 3, give the 3rd one to Katie. No, I got them for everybody. But look, you are beautiful people. See, there is not a trumper in this fucking house. Okay. Who's this for? Allison. Oh, maybe. Maybe it has something to do with not watching the impeachment hearings. Learn to work smarter, not harder. Okay, that's for Allison. Learn to work smarter, not harder. Listen, if I could find an easier way to put on my fucking shorts, I would do it. All right, and so Katie, Jan asked for one for you. And then I'm going to have to clean this shit up because I don't eat these things. Okay. Katie, I can't get yours out. Be sure to look for the new opportunities. They are all around you right now. Be sure to look for new opportunities. They are all around you right now. In the middle of the pandemic. Wow. And I look on that shelf, and Samara, there's one more. But you guys, man, I got to clean all this shit up. I should just go online and find a place and just order like 100 of these things. You get a fortune, you get a fortune. All right, this is for Samara. And then we'll wrap this up. Samara in Hawaii. It is true, most things are easier than they seem. Well, that's good news. Loving this from the tub. I don't even want to know. TMI, Jan. All right, so... Karen, did I see Karen? Did she make it here from her shoot today? On Saturday, I'd love to hear about this project that Karen is shooting. For those of you who don't know, Karen is an actor, and a voiceover artist. And I guess now a sound healer. I forget, too, when people show up late sometimes on YouTube, the delay can be as much as 2 minutes. Samara, that was your fortune. I just read yours. Samara, did you miss it? Most things are easier than they seem. That was for Samara in Hawaii. I don't know. I can't. I don't know with this delay shit. Or if she might be behind. Yeah, I'm wondering, Willie, or if that is actually repeating itself. I have no idea. But I don't see Karen, so we'll just have to remind her on Saturday, right? Comes a time when you're drifting. Comes a time when you settle down. Comes a light, spirits lifting. Lift that baby right up off the ground. Oh, this whole world keeps spinning round. It's a wonder tall trees ain't laying down. There comes a time you and I, we were captured. We took our souls and we flew away. We were right when we were giving. That's how we kept what we gave away. Oh, this whole world keeps spinning round. It's a wonder tall trees ain't laying down. There comes a time, comes a time. There comes a time, comes a time. Yeah, I think I'll wait for everybody to catch up. I'll wait for Jan to stop describing what's going on in the bathtub. So that I can say to you guys, seriously, thank you so much for showing up. I will share with you another John Stone story. It really is kind of a remarkable thing when you think about it. My goodness, the people that I've met out on the Hill, and I'm not talking about, the John Stones and the Sid Bernsteins. I'm talking about the Rhea Sohns and the Ali Taybacks and the Duval Osteens and the Dean Loves, the Sean Friedmans and the Deanie Mars. The people I've met. And all because my parents gave me a guitar when I was 7 years old. Good call. You know? It takes a life to realize what life is all about. And life is all about this moment. I'm here with you. Now that we're through, what secrets did I tell? Did you get to know me well in this moment? How fast these gigs fly. Song after song goes rushing by. I won't pretend that time has been our friend. I bring my songs to sing my songs for you until the end. As I live these days, I'm grateful for all the ways that brought us here to praise this moment. And fortune cookies too. This moment. How soon, too soon, the seasons fly. I see my life go rushing by. I only hope that time will be your friend. We live a life to live a life of love. I know you see, and I'm sure you all agree, 'cause you've been hanging out with me. But I only guarantee this moment. Oh, man. Okay, so listen. So what I will do is put up the banner, this little thing. And And that's only because when it's live, you know, I forget that that this, when I'm streaming, I actually forget that it's streaming to Facebook and that people are logging on and signing out of Facebook all day at random times. So they might just like, you know, stumble into the gig at, you know, Elizabeth from Knoxville, Tennessee getting maced, or they might stumble in on Like a Rolling Stone, or one of the videos, you know, I never know. But in the meantime, I love that I just look down at the chat room and there's Eileen and Chris and Liza and Elle. And I truly mean this. I hope you guys find it as cool as I do, is that think about it. Think about it for a second. When this cat, 17 years old, when he was in high school, how would you explain that I was going to sing a song called This Moment, and that at exactly the same time, in exactly the same moment, Samara in Hawaii, and Elle in Switzerland, and Chris in the UK, and Willie in Maine, and Val in Chicago, and Allison out in California are hanging out. We're just hanging out. It's you guys make me really, again, so lucky. So I'm gonna do it. I'll leave the stream going so you guys can hang out and chat about whatever you want. Put on your own music, because I can't do that until we figure out the copyright shit. And then I'll come in and see what you guys were talking about. But guys, thank you so much. There's a few of you that are close to me that no, it's been tough lately, and you always help. So thanks. I'll see you guys on Saturday. Oh. So these three women were all applying for a job at the bank for the same position, and so the manager he calls the three of them into the office at the same time, and it's in the morning. So he says, "All right, listen. I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you a hypothetical. You've just finished working the entire day, and you cash out at the end of the day, and you've got an overage of $25,000 that cannot be explained, and you have tried every way to figure out this money just appeared, $25,000 in the account. What do you do? What do you do about that? So I want the three of you to go have lunch and then come back at 1 o'clock, and I'll ask each of you your solution, what you would do in that situation." So they all go to lunch. And so he calls the first woman in, and he says, "Okay, so at the end of the day, you've got this extra $25,000. What would you do?" And she says, "I would go call my superior immediately. I would call the manager, and we would not leave until we figured out where the discrepancy lied. We would not leave until we figured out where this $25,000 came from." And he says, "Thank you so much. But you can wait outside." So the next woman comes in, and he says, "I'm going to ask you, what would you do?" And she says, "I'm going to be completely honest. I think I would keep the money and hope that nobody ever figured out where it came from. I would just keep it. And I wouldn't spend it for at least a year, but I would make sure that I just held on to it. And I wouldn't let anybody know. But I just wanted to be completely honest." And he says, "Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, you can wait outside." And so the next woman comes in, and he says, "What do you think you would do?" And she says, "You know, I think I would take that money, I would roll it over into a high-interest account, and I would leave it there, earning interest until somebody raised a red flag and said, 'Where's this $25,000?' Because then I could return the $25,000, and at the same time, the $25,000 has made some extra money." And he says, "Oh, that's kind of brilliant. Okay, you can go wait outside." Which one of them got the job? Anybody? Which one of them got the job? The one with the really great ass.
a man with a future, a million things to do, a passion for adventure, and you proudly wore the blue. I never thought about endings, I thought you'd always be there. But tonight, I'm sitting at a table across from an empty chair. You were always fearless, you took everything in stride. Yeah, you took your chances, and luck was on your side. You had that strut, that swagger, boots tramping up the stair. But tonight we're sitting down at a table across from an empty chair. You were on the front lines, doing what you had to do, holding back the madness, praying that you'd come through. You were on the barricade, trying to keep command, alone without reinforcements, outnumbered and outmanned. Somebody should have done something, but the man was watching TV, enjoying the twisted spectacle of his alternate reality, and banking on his big lie, that man with the yellow hair. He could have called it off, but he didn't, 'cause the man just didn't care.
He didn't care. Didn't care. He didn't care.
He was the man you believed in. You never thought he'd lie. You told me, he tells it like it is, a strong law and order guy. So when that mob was swarming, why the hell would they target you? It turns out that they were doing what that man told them to do. Somebody should have done something to make the ugly mob stand down. But they were on a holy mission, and they struck you to the ground. And they prayed and stormed right over you, smashing down the door. And they shouted they were following the orders of the man you voted for. I never could have imagined how life could be so unfair, but they swore they were doing the right thing, and now there's one more empty chair.
One more empty chair. Another empty chair. An empty chair.
I went to pray at the monument. So many pillars of light. 500,000 souls are gone. I can feel them in the night. Damn, how could this happen? Who was minding the store? Couldn't they see this coming? Coming right through the front door. Oh, somebody should have done something, but the man was watching TV, ignoring the mad consequence of his crime against humanity, and banking on his big lie. It was a viral phony scare. He could have shut it down, but he didn't, 'cause the man just didn't care. So tonight, we're sitting at a table with this big grief we all share. A million of us sitting at a table